Ribcore Stick from Reebok. It'll blow your socks off and more. Get yours at hockeymonkey.com.
Coming at you live and on demand from the heart of Europe, this is the most badass hockey podcast in all the known land. Ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to the most badass, the most Olympic badass, the most TJ Oshie badass. This is it, a very special U.S. over Russia win. Forget Slovenia. That's what we're talking about today on Shot from the Point. This is it. It's happening right now. I'm ready. Go Team USA. And I am sure, absolutely sure, you are going to be shocked about what I have to say about this game. Absolutely. Am I getting yelled at? See, you can't have that. You can't have that much energy. You can't do it. How the hell are you?
Good.
How are you feeling this whole thing out, baby? Hey, we're on the air, you dipshit!
I thought I was waiting for my intro.
Oh, yeah. What am I doing?
You didn't even do my intro.
I didn't do your intro.
I always stay quiet until
you know what it is?
Tell me until you introduce me.
You know what it is? You know what it is? I didn't practice. Because I literally got home from work.
This should be like fucking riding a bike to you.
Yeah. Well, I have to do 3 takes before I go on, and I usually do it around 11, right? Or it's 5 o'clock your time. So I do that, and then I actually get in motion, and I have something prepared to say, and I don't write it down because it's too much to write down. I have to say it 2-3 times, and then I'm good. But this time I blew it, of course. From the dirtiest of dirty, filthy, rotten, stinking down the shore, New Jersey, let me introduce you to a legend, none other than comedian and legendary Jake Blake. What do you think of that?
There we go. I'm a creature of habit, damn it.
Oh, scheisse.
Yeah, I was just shocked. I'm like, all right, I guess we're just gonna go right into it.
And then I blew it. I also started drinking. Is that a good excuse?
Oh, this is gonna be a great show then. Yeah. I was actually thinking today, I'm like, I wonder if Tommy's gonna be drunk tonight.
No, but I'll be drunk in days to come when we get to the personal parts later. But right now, we're gonna be talking nothing but the National Hockey League. Let me get Jake up on the screen. There he is. How are you, buddy?
Hi everyone.
Oh, man.
How's everyone doing?
So, are you enjoying this as much as I am? I mean, shit. You know what? Forget this. Forget the enjoyment shit. Let's get right into this. There's no really point. The biggest story in the NHL right now. It's been over 24, pushing 48 hours. TJ Oshie, and of course the controversy. I want to, before I get into Oshie, I want to get into. I want to get into. The actual controversy goal, and want to explain to morons on both sides of this issue, because everybody's got legitimate reasons to complain.
This is becoming pro-choice, pro-life for hockey fans.
No, here's the thing: there's going to be the pro-choice and there's going to be pro-life, and I'm going to both tell them what's right, because most of you are wrong. Most of you are wrong, and you know what? You're probably wrong too. And here's what you're going to do right now. You're going to explain to me your take on the controversial goal, the Mike Quick or Jonathan Quick kicking the thing off the ice there, and all that happy horse shit that led to the go-ahead goal for Russia that was disallowed. What is your take on this game as a whole?
Well, the take on my game as a whole is the refs were horrible.
Oh, absolutely.
It seemed like it's I thought I was watching the Summer Olympics because of how much diving was going on.
Yeah, it's.
It's just, and like they were just falling over themselves. I'm actually watching a game right now.
You watching a game?
It's just there, and then the whole net off the mooring. I mean, to be fair, Quick didn't look like Quick knocked it off.
Well, they definitely
he did knock it off, but it didn't look like he knocked it off off the moorings. Like
if he did do it on purpose, and I'm not 100% sold that he didn't.
Right now I'm watching the third period, so I will see.
It's a little tough to. First of all, it doesn't matter whether he did it on purpose or not because the refs missed the call. They missed it flat out. The rule is, and I'm about 99.9% sure it's the same in the NHL. The damn thing's not in the borings. Hey, I'm just watching Canada-Finland now because I'm catching up. They went to OT? They went to a shootout with Finland?
I think so.
Holy Christmas. Well, I don't want to lose track here. Well, anyway, if the net's off the boring, it doesn't matter. The refs missed it. The entire game was called poorly. You saw a ridiculous penalty on Dustin Brown. Not the kneeing penalty, by the way. A diving penalty. The Russians were diving like they normally are, looking for any kind of edge because they definitely had an advantage in the power play with the way the team moves the puck. You also saw a horrendous penalty that nobody's talking about on Patrick Kane. They literally dived in the guy's stick, and he gets it's the call for hooking. Here's the thing. So if you have those bad calls, for all you conspiracy theorists out there, he was calling for the Russians all game. Now, I don't think he had it in for the Russians. I don't think he had it in for the Americans or against the Russians or against the Russians.
I think it was bad calling, really.
Was terrible. And I think I know the reason why. It's something I learned from soccer, watching soccer in Europe. What happens is during the World Cup is what they get every goddamn referee from every shit league that doesn't play in a league where players are fast, like they are in the Premier League or the German Bundesliga or Serie A or any of these leagues. And then what they put these guys from, let's face it, Africa, South America, parts of Asia, and they're not used to the speed of the game. And that's what I said. Those referees looked afraid. They had never seen speed because it's faster than the NHL. These teams are all-star teams going up against each other. They're not used to speed. They're running to the booth every time because they didn't see anything. They're not that good at referees. These are amateur referees. It's obvious. So they blew the call. And Russia, and I'm going to say this right now, America, Russia got screwed.
Commie.
What? What's that?
I said commie.
Yeah, like Big Red now. It's been all my time in Europe.
Hello there, comrade.
Let me share the show. Russia got screwed. If I was Russian, I'd be furious.
Oh, yeah, I'd be too.
Furious. Absolutely furious. I'd be. But I don't know if I'd go as far as the conspiracy theories. That's a little bit more than ridiculous. In fact, it's downright stupid, if you ask me. No, I do think the Russians have a legitimate play here because they should have seen whether Quick did it on purpose or not. They should have saw it. They didn't know what the hell's going. They looked intimidated. I noticed when guys were coming to stop and ice was getting kicked up. These guys were bracing themselves. They did not look confident, and they called. Look, for the most part, the ref let them play, which I appreciate. I've seen that both in the women's and I've both seen that in both the men's event. But they're blowing calls because they're not NHL quality. That's what it is. And I've seen this in the World Cup. They get these refs from Timbuktu, and they suck. Because our referees, here's another thing, unpopular statement I'm going to make. NHL referees are the best. And yes, they blow calls.
Better than any other sport, yes, definitely.
It's the hardest sport to referee, and like anything, they blow calls. The problem is they're putting people in the IHF, and these guys, and then Europe likes to, because Europe runs the IIHF, and they like to pretend that they really run hockey. They don't. We do. Canada and the United States run hockey as far as the professional version goes. So we have better referees, naturally. Now, I don't believe for a minute that this guy, I don't know, do you have this guy, you have the referee's name?
I have no clue.
Thanks for being on top of things.
I have very, very rarely follow international hockey. You know, this is the most that I follow it, you know?
Yeah.
Or if there's a game on the NHL network.
Well, I just figured you might have read something today because I know the
I
Russians
didn't read anything today.
No. By the way, with our new stunning technology, you are on a close-up right now.
Ooh. Aren't
you beautiful?
What does everyone think? Huh?
Yeah, it has your name, Legendary Jake, and the little logo in the corner, and of course in the right-hand corner, it's got the 258 subs, brother. Oh, so they won in overtime? I gotta rewind this. Because I got like TiVo now or something. What was that? Sorry. I'm really I'm gonna rewind this. So they won. Okay, here it is. Hold on. I gotta see this shit. No, I'm afraid to even turn my camera towards the television because I'm afraid the Olympic Committee will come after me. If you notice, there's no videos on YouTube. None. Zero. Zip. And the reason is because the Olympics, they won in overtime, 3-2. God. Reminiscence of Ginley to Crosby. Guess Carter hit it. All right, now I'm done. Well, anyway. What are we talking about? Look, the conspiracy theories. Here's the thing that really gets me. I can understand why the Russians are mad. I don't get the conspiracy theories. But I do understand why they're happening. The ref was American. In FIFA, and I can't believe I'm giving praise to the soccer world because it's the most corrupt thing on earth. But they do have a rule in FIFA to keep things from ambiguity from happening. I guess that's the wrong word. I don't know. I'm not that well educated.
Ambiguity
you can't ref a game to either your country and I think a border country. In other words, a German ref can't do Austria or Liechtenstein or something. I'm not 100% sure. But I know you can't do your own country. In other words, an American ref can't ref Team USA versus Brazil, which makes sense, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have no problem with that. On the flip side of things, the IOC and the IHF doesn't do that. They appoint them and they go into a pool and what have you. Now, I'm all for getting rid of this. Look, I'm all for leaving the Olympics. I want to go to the World Cup. The only problem with leaving the Olympics is you're going to miss the casual or the coming into hockey fan. That's the worst part about leaving the Olympics. That's what the NHL, I hope they understand when they do leave the Olympics, which they eventually will, which is a subject for another time. But if you... Oh, God, I lost my train of thought because I'm drunk. All right. The problem is these referees should not be American, and there should have been a Swede there, there should have been an Austrian there, there should have been a Slovenian there. I totally agree with it. I understand why the Russians are pissed. There's no conspiracy theory here. Even if Quick knocked the damn thing off on purpose, you have to believe that he was psychic because he knew the Russians were going to score and knew the goal was going to be disallowed. And I'm speaking directly from, let's get this joker who should be kicked off his team. Voinov, I guess he's the defenseman for Team Russia, and he's actually on the Los Angeles Kings. He should be kicked off the team immediately. He goes, I know this guy, I play with him. He's a cheater.
You know, see, it's cheater, pumpkin eater.
Can you imagine if, let's see if I give you a scenario here. If Bill, in 1996, when Bill Guerin was playing for Team USA in the World Cup, that he called Scott Stevens a cheater during something like that. Do you have any idea how many problems that would have caused for the New Jersey Devils?
Lou would have had him done.
He would have been gone, and he should have been gone. So I don't know who this Voinov is. I don't know too much about it. Apparently, you know why I don't know anything? Because he's on a Russian blue line. That's why I don't know anything about him. But that was a lousy thing to say. Even if you thought it true, you might want to keep your mouth shut.
You know, and that's like the equivalent would be like in the last Olympics if Parisi said, Brodeur, he cheats. You know?
Yeah, can you imagine that?
Lou would have him. Have him sacrificed.
He'd be gone.
Guy would, and here's the thing. They're on the blue. That's his defenseman in the NHL where he gets his paycheck.
It's simply unbelievable.
Tell me there's not going to be a communication error, when on the late in the month when they go back to playing.
Oh yeah.
Tell me that's not going to get back.
Let me tell you something. I don't know what kind of guy Jonathan Quick is, but I know what kind of guy I am. Somebody calls me a cheater in a scenario like that, especially if I'm the goalie of the Los Angeles Kings. The first thing I do is confront Voinov. I mean, the first thing I do.
Oh yeah, you got
right up in the face. You really think I'm a cheater? Especially if I didn't cheat. You really think I'm a cheater? You got something to say to me? You got a fucking problem? I honestly think that's the only way to handle it.
That probably is.
Pretend it didn't happen?
No,
you got a friggin' mind?
Come on.
You got a fucking problem? I mean, seriously, you look me in the eye, call me a cheater right now. I bet he won't. I bet he won't.
No, it's hard.
Unbelievable. So all you Russian conspiracy theorists, you're nuts. And you're acting like a stereotypical Russian paranoid. Like Gary Kasparov when he got beat by Deep Blue. You know what Gary Kasparov is?
Nah.
He's a chess player.
Oh. I would have
Russian.
guessed. I would have guessed some hockey player from the 70s.
That was for all you Russians that speak English. It's shameful. Look, you got screwed. There's no doubt about it. I'd be furious if I were you. But those are the breaks of the game. And that's what happened when you get the IAHF running things. They're mediocre. They're amateur. I've been living in Europe for 7 years now. I've been watching the DHL, the DEL. I watch a lot of these other leagues, and it is laughable about the presentation they have during the World Championship. They have like one African guy, and he's like, goal. That's the announcer. We should have done a whole thing on him last year. It was hysterical. It was hysterical. I was just afraid I was actually afraid the World Championships were going to go after me. They put one guy in the booth. He's horrible. He's like an African guy that has a half English accent. He's horrible. Loves hockey. Probably a nice guy, but terrible announcer. Everything that the IIHF does is unprofessional. And this is the result. We have ambiguity with the goal because the ref was American, which he never should have been. And we have a blown call that should have been picked up because the refs suck. And the refs suck because they've never seen hockey at this level before.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I do agree. I mean, the referee calling was very off. It reminded me of watching just like a regular, high school referee or roller hockey game referee. A lot of missed calls, a lot of just a lot of bad calls too.
Yeah, it was like play. Yeah, I think it's because they're just not used to the speed.
Yeah,
we got two of the fastest teams in the world. That level of hockey that you see in this is one of the reasons I like it, and I can tolerate for 2 weeks the non-NHL game, the non-fighting game. First of all, that first period was physical as hell. The between the Russians and the Americans, they were really out. They're booming out there. But I could tolerate it for a little while. But it's faster and better at a slightly higher level in the NHL, and it's because of just these two teams are together. And these guys weren't ready for it.
Your fourth liners aren't going to be just guys that just are just there to just fill a roster spot.
No. No, these are first liners on the team.
Are first Canada and second liners on a team,
Canada benched the Norris Trophy winner, PK Subban. Think about it.
Yeah.
Think about it. He's the Norris Trophy. We're talking about hockey at another level. So what happens is we essentially have rookie AHL officials calling this. And I tell you something, Russia, I feel for you. You got screwed. But could have gone both ways, and you should ought to be ashamed of the diving. You ought to be furious with Radulov.
I'm watching the goal right now.
Yeah. If I was Russian, I'd be furious with Radulov. Furious. I mean, I'd be mad. Like, ridiculously mad. Let me show you what kind of guy.
Really, really off.
What's that?
The net was it was really off.
Yeah, it did, but they didn't see it. They didn't see it.
Well, you know what? Watch. Jonathan Quick. Yeah, the net.
Did you knock it off deliberately?
I'd
show the clip if I could, but I can't.
He's complaining, right away.
Oh, really? Who's complaining right away?
Jonathan Quick. They didn't even address it. You knew something was up.
Oh, really?
I guess he's on the phone. I don't know where the international hockey. I guess they're reviewing it.
I think so. What's his name saying is he knocked it off just a little. Here's another thing: when he knocks it off, he drops his stick. So he's a tremendous actor if he did this. And if you want to complain about dramatic acting, look at the diving Russia was doing. Because in their book, in their rule of sportsmanship, that's okay. That's fine.
European hockey, as you like to say.
Yeah, and that's the thing is all these anti-fighting guys in the North America, they don't do it in Europe. European hockey sucks. And you know who tells me European hockey sucks besides my own eyes? Europeans. They hate it. They stay up with guys. There's guys our age and younger that save every dime to come up with their version of the NHL package just to watch real hockey. It's only the elitists. It's only the jerks. It's only the people that don't love the game and don't understand the game that don't go for that.
Yeah.
And you know what? I could put it away for 2 weeks to see this level. But you know what? You can't keep this level. There isn't this many players in the world that could keep this level. There's only, honestly, and they're in the Final Four, the semifinals. Sweden, Russia, Canada, and the United States. That's it. That's it. Maybe Finland.
Yeah.
Maybe Finland. Everybody else.
Sweden. I mean, they played Austria. They won.
They look shaky. You know why they look shaky? Except for the shutout. The first game, they look shaky, I should say. Lundqvist looked a little shaky in the first game. But, I mean, he got a shutout the next game. So, I mean, that's king for you. You know, you never know. Especially this year. So, that's what I got to say with that. Let me check my fucking notes. Yeah, you guys got screwed. Your conspiracy theories are nuts. Actually, let's take a look at the actual, because I have this up here, the bracket. So Sweden, Finland, Canada, United States are in the final. Russia's probably not in there because, or in the quarterfinals already. Russia's not in there because, of course, they're lost to the United States. How did Finland sneak in? It was probably goals because they were tied with Russia. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, and that's another thing. Russia didn't score enough goals. That's why they're not in the quarterfinals.
The Russia only won 1-0 today.
That's why they're not in quarterfinals. So.
You know, and they think about it. Slovenia would have probably snuck into the tournament.
Absolutely right.
If Slovenia would have won in overtime, they would have snuck into the medal rounds.
Yeah, sure.
So that's you think about it, they were just a goal away from
slipping in. I will say this:
shocking the world, so to say.
You know, I saw Michael Grabner write something in German today. That I want to address. He didn't write me back. I wish he had. He wrote that I'm really proud of my third-rate team, meaning Austria. Here's the thing. I know there was some lopsided scores, right? I know there was some really lopsided scores, but you know what? Everybody's skating well. Everybody's moving the puck well. The only thing the other leagues don't seem to have is the natural goal-scoring talent. Like a Latvia. Like, Slovenia moves the puck as well as anybody. They just don't have that touch yet. You know?
It's physical.
It's coming. Yeah. I wasn't terribly upset with Norway either. I know they were a little chippy. But let's go over the thing real quick. Sweden, Finland, Canada, United States. The only worst thing about that is we will not get a gold medal rematch of last year. Because they will meet in the semifinals. Hey, Oogie Boogie. I can't freaking remember. We're getting to you in a minute, by the way. And then, so they'll be in the semifinals.
Who are you talking to?
I'll get to it in a minute. I'll get back to you because I'm getting distracted here. I'm getting sidetracked. So if Slovenia beats Austria, which they shouldn't, they'll play Sweden. Russia will more than likely beat Norway. That'd be shocking if they didn't. And then Jonathan Quick's move doesn't even matter. They'll end up playing Finland. More than likely, Switzerland will end up playing Canada in the quarterfinals. And I think the Czech Republic-Slovakia game could go either way, and that is going to be a huge rivalry. That is the qualification playoff game to watch, is Slovakia-Czech Republic. That's a huge rivalry. Absolutely.
Right, that's the Wednesday night rivalry game.
Yes. Oh, boy. So,
with Doc Emmerich and Eddie Olczyk.
Yeah, sure. Hey, what's going on? Oogie Boogie. You changed your picture. You don't have a Natty Ice.
It was never Natty Ice, yes.
Oh. Well, it should have been Natty Ice.
That was more of a joke, but people took it completely the wrong way.
No, I took it right. You're a raging alcoholic in college.
Yes, precisely.
By the way, Oogie Boogie, tell me already what's your name and where you're from.
My name is Matthew, and I'm from South Jersey.
I'm sorry. It's not the real Jersey.
Yeah, it sucks down there. Everybody's a Dirty Jersey. Flyers fan.
Yeah, I know. That could be rough. I like the Devils more than I like the Flyers, tell you that. Well, anyway, you want to chime in on what we're talking about here? Any particular subject?
Talking about the rankings.
Well, anything that I say. Do you have any disagreements with what I said? Because we like controversy here.
Not really.
Really?
It's disappointing that United States and Canada.
Yes. Yeah.
Though there's nothing to say that Canada's going to be in the finals. I mean, the semifinals, because Switzerland 0 goals against so far.
Yeah, 0 goals against. Really?
I think so. Or what's his name does? No, not the team.
Here's something to remember about Switzerland. And I'll put the thing up there.
Hiller has 0 goals against.
Yeah, here's something to worry about Switzerland. They were in the World They only lost to Sweden in the World Champions last year. And that's, for those who don't know, it's like a mix of junior players and guys who didn't make the first round of the playoffs. That's the way it normally works.
I think in the Worlds we won bronze last year.
Did we? I forget.
The United States
what happened is
we
did.
Only two Olympians were on that team for us. That was Stastny and I think Oshie. No.
Yeah, Stastny. Yes. They were both
Stastny and Oshie were the only two on their team. But the Russians had Kovalchuk, Ovechkin, Radulov. They had everybody but Malkin, basically. They had their entire Olympic roster besides Malkin. And the United States beat them 8-3.
8-3. And then the Swiss went on to play the Swedes, where they kind of went on to do they almost pulled off a miracle. But being in Germany, let me go back to the Grabner comment. I saw Grabner wrote this in German today. He said that I'm very proud of my third-rate team, because he made the quarterfinals. I don't really believe that the Austrias, maybe Slovenia, but they show a lot of heart. I don't.
Yeah, Slovenia is a very hard-playing team. They're not that talented. Yeah. They're not a very talented team, but they play their asses off.
Them and their rejected Vancouver jerseys.
Yeah, they move the puck real well. They just don't get good chances. That's really all it is. Their offense isn't there, but they can move the puck really well.
I noticed
they can forecheck too.
I also noticed this with all the teams. When I was a kid, when you get a team like a Germany, you got a team like a Norway, or God forbid, Japan snuck in, they couldn't skate. Everybody can skate now, which is a good thing. Which is a great thing. Everybody can seem to skate now, and I think that's fantastic.
Just do they have that big offensive talent? All the top-rated teams here, Sweden, Finland, Canada, USA, they're the 4 best teams. There's really no argument there. United States played a good game against Russia. It's just Brown is a very physical player, and he was taking some of the penalties he took were bullshit. Like
the diving, the interference was
just
ridiculous.
A hit.
The knee was legit.
They put Russia on these power plays that they didn't really deserve, and Russia's dangerous if you give them power plays because they had Kovalchuk and Malkin and Dasic.
Which is the reason
5-on-5 they're really not that fantastic.
Which is, I'm sure, the reason they're so ticked off about the quick thing. Because if they had gotten the penalty like they should have, and I totally admit that Russia got screwed. If they had got the penalty like they should have,
I do watch a lot of international, and Quick seems to be very educated on this. The net was dislodged, not on purpose. You could see he was tracking the puck. He moves the way Quick moves.
He also drops his stick before he knocks it off. So why would he do that? If he was going to cheat, Quick drops his stick just before he dislodges the net. So why would he drop his stick? He almost looks like he falls towards it, drops his stick, and then.
Well, no, because there's nothing to say they would have scored.
Yeah, but here's another thing: is Quick psychic?
It wasn't a power play. There's only three some minutes left. There was an offensive rush back into their zone during this time, and then they came back in. That guy shot. Quick actually realized the net was dislodged. He looked back, and it was, and then the IIHF rules state that you can't score on a dislodged net. It could be an inch. Doesn't matter.
Here's the thing:
it happened before. It's happened in the Worlds a lot, where they would wave off what appeared to be a clear goal, but the net was like 2 inches off its bearings. They're like, nope.
Addressing
the conspiracy. That's the way it is there.
Addressing the conspiracy theories. In order to believe that Quick did this on purpose, he would have had to know the goal was coming.
Yeah, he would have to know the goal was coming.
So that ends the conspiracy debate.
he made the save because the way he moved. When he moved to the edge and slightly knocked it out, he made that save.
So you don't believe Quick did it on purpose?
No. I think he definitely got their attention with it when he like went right to the ref and he pointed. He's like, it was out. They do review those kind of things.
Sure.
They review goals, scoring.
Well,
they
look,
don't review.
No one's debating it wasn't a goal.
Was that?
No one's debating it was a goal. What they're debating is what it should have been a penalty on Quick to begin with. That's what the debate is.
He would. Why would he? With 3 minutes left in the game, why would he risk that? That's the big question. He wouldn't do that.
Well, that's not what they go by. That's not what they. The motive isn't the issue. It's not. That's not what they go by. What they go by: did he do it or didn't do it? Was he negligent or not negligent? They don't think about like, all right, come on, well, why would he really do that? It's like that's like saying if you robbed a liquor store and said, hey, why would I do that, man? I mean, shit, I don't rob liquor stores. That doesn't count. What this is did he do it or he didn't do it? Did the refs make the call or they didn't? I think you can make the case, and the Russians can make the case, they definitely missed the call. But the problem is, the net was dislodged, and that ends the debate. And as far as him cheating on purpose, that means he was psychic. So there's really nothing there.
Yeah, but when you look at the way he plays, he's very acrobatic. He flies across, he slides like nobody.
I don't want to know how exactly he would be able to cheat. That's what I'm very...
Knocking the net off by getting a whistle.
Well,
slowing down the Russian.
Says, oh yeah, he cheats all the time.
He does it all the time.
But what is he possibly doing? And let's face it, he got screwed.
Play in the NHL now. It's like outrageous.
How many times
Quick got screwed? Remember that goal that went off the back of the net on the puck out of play?
Mm.
Oh, yeah.
Quick was in net for that. Come on.
See, karma can go both ways. The United States had a lot of bad karma. Like it was just that goal. It should have been 7-0 against, in the first game there. But they don't review those kind of things. They're not very good at deciding whether it's offsides or not. What they review are things in front of the net. That's what they review. That's what the IIHF has always reviewed. Like offsides, if you watch World Champ, watch those games. There's plays that are blatantly offsides and they end up being goals, but when it comes to something directly in front of the net, they take their time.
Okay.
They're not like the NHL. Their protocol isn't as deep. The NHL has a protocol.
Same, but I don't know if that's the issue. What the issue is whether he did it or not. Did they blow the call? Did they not see the call?
I don't think they blew a call.
You don't think they blew a call there?
You have to be yeah, you're right.
They blew a lot of calls in that game, Matt. They were terrible. They were terrible on both sides.
Even against the United States, they were bad.
Yeah, they were terrible on both
Brown,
sides.
Knee on knee. Brown hits the guy in the shoulder. He falls. They call it for knee on knee. He does the box. Dotson scores. It was bullshit.
Intent doesn't. The knee on knee I thought was legit, but whatever. Hey,
really?
listen.
I didn't think it was.
We got to talk about TJ Oshie, do the news, and get out of here. I appreciate you calling in, buddy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thanks, brother. See you around. Tell your friends.
Yep.
Go ahead. I'm sorry, Jake. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying goodbye.
Okay.
But yeah, no, everything's agreeable, everything's suitable.
I think so.
It is what it is.
Okay.
It's a shitty call.
It's a shitty call.
But you know what? As an American, I'll take it.
Sure.
We've always had to do stuff shitty. Look at George Washington. We we invaded him on Christmas Day.
Hey, hockey breaks go both ways, and it's a little tough to be that the Americans could fix a hockey match overseas. It was just a lousy,
in the home.
Call.
I mean, I'm
ridiculous.
surprised if Jonathan Quick doesn't get out of there alive sometimes.
Oh man, that screwed up my thing. Whatever.
Yeah.
You still there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Good. All right, I'm going to talk about more pleasant things.
All right.
Rather than conspiracy theories and other horse shit of that nature. I would like to talk about TJ Oshie's effort and what he said after the game, which is
You got a tear in your eye?
I got to be honest, a little bit. Is that corny in me or what?
That's right. Did you throw on your fatigues and
no,
and start singing a national anthem?
It was refreshing. All right, just to let you know what we're talking about. Of course, TJ Oshie scored the shootout goal. At the end, I guess when they go to overtime, you can pick as many skaters you want. He essentially took up on one of the best snipers in the game, Ilya Kovalchuk, and probably the filthiest hands that ever lived. Can we agree on that?
Who, Kovalchuk?
No,
That's
Datsuk has the filthiest hands that ever lived.
And Danny Malkin, he has a 40% efficiency rating on shootouts.
Yeah, I think Oshie was 7 for 10. I think that's why they took him. You know, and Oshie's effort. I mean, how many goals did he missed one of them, right?
I think so. Yeah, one.
Yeah, he missed one of them. Of course, when it went to OT, I guess he got was it 6? I'm gonna count it by the meme you posted. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Again.
6.
Again.
That's really good. I think you know what? You know what I'll do too? I'll put in the meme. Google crashed to me. That's not good because I had a. Oh no, I can hit restore. No, I can't. Fuck. Well, anyway, Oshie. Let me get the meme back there. He gets 6 chances and essentially takes on, in a shootout scenario, really the best sniper and the best stick handler in the world. I mean, nobody's better than Pavel Datsuk in a shootout. And Jersey Jason Lech wrote on his Facebook page, which was so funny. He's like, we're not going to beat these clowns in a shootout, which at the time I probably would have agreed with him.
I agreed with him too. I even said, ladies and gentlemen, you'll see why Pavel Datsuk's hands are so dirty.
Filthy, dirty.
Like you said, his hands are filthier than a Romanian horse.
Filthier than a Romanian horse. Let's see if I can get this picture up there for you. This is, what is it, Coach... Oh God, who did the 2000 Olympics thing?
It was Russell Crowe in the Miracle movie.
It wasn't Russell Crowe. That's it's the guy from Big Trouble in Little China.
Oh, I thought it was.
No,
crap! Why can't I think of his name now?
I can't think of his name either. I'm not good with this stuff. My girlfriend's.
Yeah,
better.
neither am I.
But
yeah, he was Herb Brooks in the movie.
Kurt Russell.
I'm sorry.
Kurt Russell, and he did the again thing with the when he used to do Herbies. Red line back, blue line back, red line back, blue line back. We used to do something like that in the Army too.
Yeah, we did them in hockey and also soccer. They're called suicides.
It sucks.
Yep.
It sucks. But yeah, you can see Oshie with the 6, and making Barbaraski, who didn't play poorly. I understand that Vlarnov started today.
Yeah, today.
Interesting. Barbaraski, I thought looked pretty good, at least in the game against the Americans. And let's not forget, the game with the Americans is a very high level. Most of the game was very good on both sides.
Yeah.
The Russians didn't really dominate. They may have got dipped out of a goal, but they certainly didn't dominate at any one time. But it was really special to see Oshie do that, take on those two guys. And, of course, the quote at the end when he was asked, I guess, off camera or something like that, you're like kind of the next American hero. This is the most streamed event in like internet history or something like that. I don't know. I remember reading that somewhere. It's like, I guess, the most streamed hockey game in internet history. And he said that I'm no hero. Real heroes wear a camo. And yes, I'm a former serviceman. It's that
it was the right thing to say, and
it was really perfect.
It was really the right thing for him to say. That's all it was.
You're not kidding.
Come on. Yeah. This is why he was doing it, so we could talk about it.
You think so? You think he's that smart?
I would, it's like, yeah, there's all the guys fighting overseas for about freedom so we could play the game of hockey. Started out like a Bon Jovi song. America. Bruce Springsteen.
Yeah.
As a little boy growing up in New Jersey, I had dreams of scoring a game-winning goal.
I just spilled my beer laughing at you.
I wish JVR scored it because I would have. Oh, God, that would have been great.
Oh, my God. Ugh. Jesus.
Or the other guy from Colonia.
Oh, yeah. Well, they didn't play him after that. Isn't that kind of bizarre?
Yeah.
They didn't play him since, I don't think. I don't think they played him. What's his name? Carlson. He plays on the Capitals. Yeah. Woodbridge Township, bitches. That's where I'm from. That's where I'm at.
JVR from the county next to my county that I get confused I live in.
Well, now you live down the shore.
Well, I don't live down the shore, but
No.
like he's more south than I am. Middletown.
That's true. But I was really touched by it. Yes, I'm a server, so I'm a little bit of sap that way. But it is kind of interesting. Like, you don't. I think the reason it was so shocking is you just don't hear that from professional athletes at that level of limelight. You don't hear stuff like that. And forget the soldier thing for a second. You very rarely hear that kind of humility. So
yeah, I guess
it was. I think to a lot of people it hit home. Look, it's not about me. I play hockey for a living. There's guys that make less money that do more, and despite what you think in the military, where you stand on the Iraq War, or the Afghan War, what have you, I think the point of the message is it's not all about TJ. And I think that's
he
why
did that because he knew that everyone's gonna be like, "Oh."
So that's your theory, and you're sticking with it.
Yeah, come on.
What?
He was like, you know what he said after that?
He
goes, "Yeah, I'm the shit. I am Rocky, the United States. I am more. I should be on the Mount Rushmore right now. They're gonna make a TJ Oshie Mount Rushmore. That's what he's thinking right now. And he goes, I'm the hockey equivalent of Rocky in Rocky 4.
Oh, Jesus.
Yes. This man is made of iron. That's one of the lesser.
What was the thing that you posted on the Shot from the Point and other crap? Well, actually, I can start doing it this way. The Shot from the Point and other crap website with, I guess, Vladimir Putin challenging Oshie to a fist fight or something.
Oh, that was in the that was on the Wikipedia page.
That's really funny. I don't think you can see it here. So what exactly did it say?
I think I don't even remember what it said. It said something that Vladimir. Let me get it up.
TJ Oshie. So somebody would make me he is an American hero. Vladimir Putin has challenged him to a Hell in the Cell cage match at WrestleMania. I wonder if Cornin would be into that.
Yeah. Yes, I will put you through the cell like mankind did. Like mankind went through the cell.
Oh! Everybody, we have Vladimir Putin on the line. Vladimir, nice to have you on the program. Did you enjoy the game?
I am very disappointed.
Why is that, Vladimir?
I am shutting down the KHL.
Yeah.
I am canceling the Olympics. And every single medal that everybody has won, I'll be no more.
Why is that?
I think hockey is a stupid game and a waste of time, and everybody should concentrate on rain dart farming and other things that my country does.
So,
yes.
Do you think the game was fixed?
I think the game was very fixed, and everybody knows Russian mob. They couldn't even do that right. I am very mad at Russian mob. They couldn't even fix the game in our favor.
Well, let me ask you something. What kind of great dictator are you if you can't even fix a match in your home country?
I am more mediocre dictator. I never said I was a good dictator. Come on, have you seen my country? Our water's brown.
You can't flush toilet paper.
No flushing toilet paper. That is one of those Yankee American privileges.
Well, thanks for checking in with us.
Do I look like millionaire Mark Cuban? Huh? No, this is Russia.
Thanks for checking in with us, Vladimir. I hope we can check in some other time. Good luck running your country. That was nice of him to stop in, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
It's always nice to hear from Vladimir Putin. See, I missed a lot of my spots here because, I also want to report that the Russian, I guess because it means something to me, the German girls lost to this morning to Finland 2-1. The problem is they can't score, but the German girls have a lot of heart, and I appreciate all the effort they gave this year. And that's just for me because I watched a lot of German girl hockey this year. So Sorry, it didn't work out.
If you would just sound like such a creep if nobody knew what you were talking about. It's like, yeah, I just watched a lot of German
that would be if
hockey.
they thought I was American. Yeah, well, if they thought I was in the States, I would be a creep.
I watched a lot of German Girl, then blank.
I got
it,
and
that way you could just that could be like an apples to apples thing. I watched a lot of German Girl, blank, and a lot of like if it just cut out, if those are the last words, everybody would just think you were just a fucking nutcase.
Somebody just sent me a tweet.
Ooh. Show sucks. Get over it.
Yeah. I hate how they famous. It wasn't a tweet. It was like I think somebody favorited one of our tweets. That was nice of them. If you got an opinion, and you can say it concisely,
you don't even have to say it concisely.
No, you don't. We'll probably let you on it anyway. No, it was your because I don't have my thing turned off. It was your wife retweeting us because she's such a sweetheart.
Aw.
And we love her. And we love Andy, too, for putting up with this horse shit.
That's right. You should wake her up and make her retweet.
You know what? I tell you something. Before we get in the news, because we got to probably get into it pretty soon. I covered Oshie. I covered the conspiracy crap. I want to touch one personal thing. Did you hear what happened to Joe Cronin on his show recently?
No.
This is I know I pump a lot of sunshine off of Joe Cronin's ass. You know why I pump a lot of sunshine off of Joe Cronin's ass? Because he's my fucking friend.
Yeah, he's a good guy. He's definitely helped us out a lot along the way. And think about it, he was just some nutcase that we thought was just freaking yelling crazy ass shit. And how he's become one of our best friends in his. Yeah. I guess you could say the business.
And the business of no money.
I say that with air quotes, the business.
Well, anyway, something happened to him that really made me upset. And I want to share this with you. Are you familiar with the pro wrestler Cornin, the Mexican American wrestler?
Sounds familiar.
Did you watch the old WCW days? He kind of did a Mexican American like sort of gangsta act. When he was in the NWO Wolfpack and what have you.
Okay, that sounds familiar.
All right, so let me give you a little background. What Joe does is he does quick news updates, usually audio-wise, without not much video, if something big happens in WWE. So what he did was, it was only 2 minutes, he reported that Rey Mysterio was injured, which is a very close friend of Conan. I met Rey Mysterio in Iraq, by the way. And he, during the interview or the announcement, he pretended to sound like Rey Mysterio, and he said something like, "Oh man, what am I gonna do? My leg is broken, man," or so whatever, something like that. He put on like a Mexican American accent, and it was like I think it was like 2 sentences, and that was really the beginning of the end of it. So this journalist who calls himself Nick Nick Foley, not to be confused with the great wrestler Mick Foley, sent it to Conan, who is one of Rey Mysterio's closest friends. And said that, can you hear the racial undertones with this? Which is really, really, really unfair.
Come on.
And, of course, Conan got pissed. And I guess they sent something back and forth between Joe and Cronin. But actually, Joe communicated with him. And Conan said, look, I'm an entertainer. I took up a Mexican-American accent. I have a Boston accent. We make fun of a lot of people for a lot of different reasons. And I wasn't even making fun of him. I was just doing his voice.
I'm waiting for my tweet from Alexander 7. Yeah. We do not all sound like that, okay?
Yeah. Well, that's essentially what happened. It was almost like you were doing a Russian accent, right? Yeah. And they said it to the looks of racial undertones. So Conan, this big, he was at the top of the card at WCW one time. He sends a message back, and then he ends up apologizing to Joe and say, look, I got bad information. This, and he apologized, said, my bad, bro, and then gets again. And from what I understand, I don't want to announce this as official, but I think Conan will actually be on the Joe Cronin show very soon.
Oh, nice. Good for him.
And so it kind of, yeah, absolutely. And it could this, but here's the thing that really, really gets me on this situation, and I'm speaking to this, and I may even send him this, this Nick Foley, directly. Let me tell you something. if you want to sit there and complain about racism and point to my friend, Joe, who has done nothing but support me, somebody he's never stood in front of, a veteran in a foreign country, and done absolutely everything he could for me. Well, maybe he just did it because I was white. Maybe that was it. A guy that has a biracial person on his show. A guy that would give his right arm for anybody to have a meal at night. Because that's the kind of compassion Joe Cronin has for people.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? Yeah, exactly. He could have did to do anything for me. So I have a little tough time believing my friends are racist. And you know what's worse than racism? Perpetuating it. Fanning the flames of it. Sitting there and saying, there's a racial incident here, Conan, but there's not.
If anything, this guy did Joe a favor.
Yeah, thanks a lot. Who are you? Are you the Tawana Brawley of pro wrestling? Are you the Duke lacrosse team lawyer of pro wrestling?
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. If racism is bad, pretending it's there, faking it is worse. And what you did, Nick Foley, who has to steal a name from a great wrestler to promote your wrestling journalism, shows what kind of man you
I
are.
like the writing of The Overtaker anyway better.
You're a punk and a bitch. And thanks for helping my friend out. But let me tell you something. I know journalists are worthless, whether they're in the political media part, or they're in the sports media, or definitely in the wrestling media, who you guys get dumped on all the time. Thanks for proving everybody right. You're a shitbag.
You know who else is a better writer? AD Man Macho Savage.
Foley, you're a shit bag, a piece of garbage. There's no, what's worth, I actually think pretending and trying to create a racial incident, it might be even worse than racism itself. Yeah. You're a piece of shit.
I also prefer the writings of Andre the medium-sized
honestly,
guy.
Nick, and I'm serious, I'm actually really pissed off. No Tommy C bullshit. No, hold on a second. I'm not even joking. I'm actually this mad.
All right.
I'm really, I've never been mad on the show for real. Let me tell you something, Nick, if I ever ran into you, I'd spit in your fucking face. Because you're the racist. You try to make a racial incident and use my friend to promote your shit. My friend to promote your shit. You're the racist. You took advantage of Conan. You took advantage to try to promote yourself. Joe is running an entertainment show. He's like a Howard Stern. He's doing a shock jock pick like I am. You're a bitch. And if I ever see you, I'll spit in your fucking face. You cunt. That's all I gotta say.
I hope you're as passionate when the Russians come to my house and take me over. That's right.
Because you do Alexander 7 things.
I do, and because all Russian people sound the same. We have 4 names:
Ilya,
Pavel, Valery, and
I'm actually really mad. I'm not even upset. I'm not even joking.
I know you are. I don't think I've ever heard you get
really
this mad.
I'm not
like the whole Dave thing. That's like the most mad I've ever heard.
Yeah, but I wasn't actually mad. That was I first of all, I knew he was screwing me for a couple months, and I kind of planned the whole thing. But and we talked about it before because he just kept. I honestly kept that in a box until I had to open it, and I didn't really want to open it to begin with. And I'm not even happy that I did all the time. But this guy. He's garbage.
Yeah, no, that's.
And if Conan listens to this, I met Rey Mysterio, in Iraq, and they come all off a plane and they travel really, really far. They travel really far to get to Iraq. And when Ray got off the plane, he was just happy and smiling and saying hello. When most people wouldn't be happy and wouldn't be smiling or saying hello. When you take a ride on C-130, it is the most miserable experience of your life. I mean, I wouldn't say that far, but it sucks to sit there and land in Iraq on a C-130. Not to mention if you do have to do a combat landing, because then you can piss your pants. And Ray was just like, hey, what's up? Jericho as well. And a lot of other guys too, but I did notice with Ray. And I could see why Conan is friends with a guy like Ray, because that's the kind of people I want to be friends with. And you know what? The way you feel about Ray Cronin is the exact same way that I feel about Joe Cronin. So that's why I'm this pissed off. And I just want to let him know that. And I'm moving on because I'm actually getting to the point where I think I need to be. In fact, I think.
Well, congratulations for Joe for making lemons into lemonade.
Yeah, no cheating.
You know?
I got to be honest with you. I think I got to play a song because that's how furious I am.
Yeah, calm down.
I have to calm down. I'm that upset because I don't understand why somebody would take advantage of a guy like Joe. I mean, this is a guy.
I'm surprised he didn't wake up Andy with all that.
No, I'm really upset. I'm fucking furious. In fact, I'm playing a song for the first time in a Shot and Point in a while. We're gonna get back and we're gonna do the news. I'm gonna play a longer song than that because I probably need more of a cigarette. And you know what? If you don't like it, fuck off. That's
all right. Am I gonna be on camera? Because I'll just grab something to drink real quick.
Oh, hold on. Let me set this sucker up the right way. And we will. I gotta find. Where's the rotation? We're gonna. Oh, here. I think we got a call. Hold on. Somebody trying to contact me? No, I thought. Oh. Hey, yeah, I know. You know what? Jesse, I can't talk about it now because we're almost done with the show, and I actually have to calm down because I'm so upset. God, I don't even know how to do this. Listen, we'll be right back after this. That's all I can tell you.
All right.
Go get a drink, man. Yep. That's how bad I am. Take care. We'll be back with the news after this. Hey, you back?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah. I don't see
Yep.
you on the damn thing.
I was talking to Jesse.
Yeah, he's probably fucking laughing at me.
Oh no, he just said, he said, ha ha ha! I tried calling it the smash on this Nick Foley asshole. I was there when he was doing this shit with Joe. Tommy C is fucking killing it.
Yeah.
He handled the shit really, really well. Nice rant.
I'm putting him on.
And I said, Tommy is pissed.
No, I'm really. I don't get that. I don't get that stuff. Like, I mean, if you ever heard the stuff between me and Ryan Lampert, and I. That's
must.
If you ever heard the stuff between me and Ryan Lampert,
Your internet.
It was
radio.
I really don't hate the guy, it was a bit to promote. He came on, we argued. I guess some people could say he won the argument or I won the argument or whatever. But it was all in good fun at the end. I bust his nuts enough. I'll bust his nuts, but I can't imagine calling out Ryan Lampert as a racist unless he was. I question him, but unless he actually was. So I didn't hate the guy, and I still don't hate the guy, but I don't feel the same way about Nick Foley. Jesse, you on the line?
Oh, yeah.
Am I off here?
No, I was actually there when this shit was going down on Twitter, and fucking that guy just blew it out of proportion, man. You know, Joe, he was just doing his thing.
Deliberately. Willingly?
Yeah, he was really, like, even after Conan and Joe hashed it out, the guy was still going on about it.
Yeah, because he's
just trying to get his name out there. That's all. He has to use half of a wrestling legend's name.
Yeah,
to get his name.
Yeah, sure.
Notice.
How dare he use such a nice guy like Mick Foley's fucking name like that? And he's a douchebag.
Yeah, I know. First-rate guy, and to a low-class, low-life like.
Yes, I am quadruple H.
But, like Joe said, though, he was basically on Conan nuts.
Look, we all got to do.
He was
things.
just like, trying to ride the wave for a minute.
We all do things to promote our stuff, but I can't imagine using.
I didn't even know he did anything. Does he like write a fucking article or something?
Apparently, he's a wrestling journalist. You know.
Oh, that explains.
Everybody's a journalist. Yeah. Everyone has a radio show.
Like us.
Everyone's an author.
like us.
Yeah, exactly.
In fact, one time, Jake reported on this show that Alexander Ovechkin was traded to an AHL team. Turned out it was total bullshit. You know.
Yeah,
he turned out it was completely because we
don't have any credibility.
No credibility.
It's opinion and it's subjective. You know.
Yeah.
Actually, I just in. Patrick Roy is stepping down as the head coach of the Avalanche.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and he's gonna go play in the ECHL for the Florida Everglades.
That's a good idea.
Yeah. You heard it here first, folks.
Yeah, you heard it here first.
Yeah.
So you don't know anything about this guy Foley, Jesse?
Nah, except he was a fucking asshole.
Yeah. So
trying to ruin somebody's good name and shit.
Yeah. Look, like I said, you got to do tricks to promote your show. But I mean, it's like I called Ryan Lampert like an idiot, a jerk. I think what he said was wrong, and what have you. I didn't make up something. Everything that I accused Lampert of was true. I didn't try to make something that wasn't there. I didn't try to like take half of what he said. And what so I don't hear any bullshit that I do the same thing because I don't, that it's a lot of horse shit. You got anything else for us, Jesse? Thanks, because I need my ego stroke. That's why I put you on.
Enjoying the show for sure, man.
All right, you watching any Olympic hockey? You giving it a chance?
Oh hell yeah, man!
Good.
Waiting for you guys to come on. Check it out.
Are you enjoying the? I don't say you're enjoying the games because the games suck, but I mean, are you enjoying the Olympic hockey at very least?
Fuck it, man. You know I could give a shit. I'm waiting for you to open up some new content on your shit.
Yeah. All right, buddy. We gotta head and do the news and blow this joint.
No problem, man.
Hey, thanks for all the nice letters and hanging in there and
yeah, thanks.
And me and you are gonna talk real soon about what you wanted to talk about. Okay.
No, not a problem. You guys keep up the good work.
Oh, thank you.
Yep.
Appreciate it. Thank you. Appreciate it.
I think it's great that we could reach out to people that don't give a shit about sports, and the one sport that people give the least shit about, is hockey. Let's face it, it is.
Yeah.
I think it's great that someone's hanging in there listening to everything we got to say, even though they care less.
Yeah. Well, that means we probably should switch to a sock jock format and drop the whole hockey thing.
I don't know.
That's probably
the show is founded on hockey.
All right, everybody. What we're going to do is we're going to get into the news, as we usually do around this time. Oh, God, I hate this thing sometimes. I'm going to cut my fucking camera off. I swear to God, I'm going to cut my camera off. But you ready to do the news? Because we covered a lot of it already. Let's start this bitch.
Back to you guys.
Yeah.
Do the news dance.
Yeah, news dance. Go ahead. You're on. My turn.
Brought to you by Nick Foley.
Nick Foley, the biggest bitch in the
Nick
business.
Foley, the writer. Nick Foley.
Here you go, Nick. That's for you. Idiot. Moron. I can't, I should have read what he wrote. Now that I'm getting more upset about it. I'm out of beer, too. Not to make anybody mad. But I got to get up early tomorrow. Unbelievable.
I got some nice Stewart's root beer.
Yeah, I don't have any. Yeah, you don't drink. I don't know how you do it.
I just do it. I just deal with life. I've been drunk like once.
A lot of this stuff we already covered on In the Crease, Tommy C.
Yeah.
So that's part of the problem. So the news are probably gonna be a little short, which it could be because we're running out of time anyway. Just before the NHL closed, Eric Johnson got suspended for 2 games for a slash on Franz Nielsen on the New York Islanders. Totally deserved it, but who cares?
The end.
The end. Some idiot in Salon.com wrote an article about anti-fighting, and now that he can come back to hockey because it's the Canadians ruined it, and now it's because it's Olympic and there's no fighting. Therefore, there doesn't need to be fighting. Hey, do you see the diving? Team Russia?
Yep. Yeah, that'll be the future of the league.
You might get your ass kicked like that in the NHL, and that makes me very happy. Yeah, a lot of this stuff is already like Jonathan Quick started. I mean, all our new stuff is like really old and what have you. Of course,
we have to talk about the biggest story: USA beating Slovenia.
Earlier in the week, Canada actually beat the United States in a controversial showdown with the women's team earlier in the week. That was a little unfortunate. I was rooting for our girls. Let me get that game up here on here so I can know what the hell happened. God, man, the American women beat Switzerland 9-0, and that's why there's not going to be women's hockey.
Like I said, they should have just taken the time this year.
Yeah, well, Canadians go over the U.S. women 3-2. Of course, they're both in the semifinals already. The way they do the tournament, but we definitely watching. I'm paying attention to Team USA girls, and don't give up because you can beat those girls, and you have most of the year this year, from what I understand. So keep up the good work, girls. USA,
America.
Yeah. America. Talk about wrestling and hockey.
That's right. If you don't like, you can get out.
Henrik Sedin did not make the Olympics.
You've been saying that for a while. Oh, yeah. No, I think you said that on the other show.
Well, there's only one Sundin sister out there. With the Canada, what was that game they looked shaky in? Was that Wednesday? I thought they looked shaky against the Czech Republic, but they certainly have bounced back since. Let's see. What did they do? They beat Switzerland. Yeah, I mean, Henrik threw a shutout against Switzerland, who doesn't really have the goal scoring power, which we're seeing a lot of. All these guys can seem to skate with everybody, but it's that goal-scoring touch that really needs to be developed in the German-speaking countries for them to be more of a factor.
And that's why Tommy C is there.
Yes.
You should become like a youth hockey coach.
Me?
Yeah.
I was offered on the military base to do it as far as inline hockey goes. I just don't have a car, so I think that's going to be a problem. I don't know. Would you want a person like me doing, like, coaching your kid?
I was doing it.
Yeah, I do it too, but I do this show.
I mean, it was creepy. I was the guy in his early 20s who still lived at home with his parents, who was single, who was coaching like 8 to 10-year-olds how to play hockey.
20s, it's not too bad, but I mean, it's not even that. It's just like I do this show and it's obnoxious and not for kids, so it's like I don't know, how can I do that? You know, and I didn't have time or the money or the space or what have you, but I would love to do that, to be honest with you. And I wouldn't act like this. So don't give me any crap.
It's fun. It really is. It's like it'll like a piece of clay and you could just mold them.
Earlier in the week, the great Paul Coffey was suspended 3 games for a discriminatory slur, reported by Harrison Mooney, who didn't come on our show. When he said he was, and he's supposed to be a professional, and that's not very professional behavior. Well, anyway, right. No, it's not. It's funny because Nick Foley actually distracted me from maybe bashing. I don't care one way or another if he comes on. I don't lose anything either way. I'm not going to sit there and make it through Puck Daddy anyway. I mean, let's face it. But here's what he wrote, though. Paul Coffey retired from the NHL in 2001, and one of the greatest offensive defensemen. While he is no longer playing the game, he does find himself a defensive player after saying something offensive. Nobody knows what he said, though. Coffey, who coaches the Toronto Marlboros midget AAA team, was recently suspended by the Greater Toronto Hockey
League. There it is, midget. There it is. There's the word.
Midget. He said midget. Yeah, isn't that a discriminatory word?
It is. They don't. Them folks don't like it.
No. Who would like something like that? He said something discriminatory, but they won't say what he said. Can't say anything.
How are we supposed to judge him then?
He must have said faggot.
Yeah.
I bet he said faggot.
Come on, when can't you start calling your teammates, your team, the players that are playing for you, faggots? Come on.
Yeah, really.
What are you supposed to say?
Nothing motivates you
Come on, stop playing like a faggot. You know.
Hey, I didn't watch one game from Latvia. Is Ted Nolan still coaching them? The Buffalo Sabres coach? Is he still over there?
Why would he be coaching Latvia?
He was coaching Latvia. That's where he got the job. So I mean, you can do both, I suppose.
He's not Latvian. He's like.
Yeah, you don't need to have an American coach. You can have a Canadian coach on an American team. The coaches don't matter. I'll give you a perfect. Jurgen Klinsmann, the German, coaches Team USA soccer-wise. I bet you didn't know that.
Oh yeah, you know what I did? I know in soccer it was like that.
Yeah. I think it's hockey too, and he's been coaching Team Latvia. And I guess when you call,
the coaches don't even get they don't get a medal.
I didn't know that.
No, they didn't. They don't. I remember hearing that during the basketball because that Jim Boeheim or whoever it is, the coach of the Duke, he was the coach, and they're like, oh yeah, and he doesn't even get a medal.
Yeah. Michael Grabner, who we talked about earlier, who says his team's third rate, but he's proud of them. But I don't think they're third rate. I think they just in development. He scored a hat trick against Canada and still lost. Is there as fast a skater in the league than Michael Grabner?
No.
I don't think there is. I think he might be the fastest skater I've ever seen in my life. From north to south. You don't move like Datsuk or anything, but from north to south, is there anybody better? I'm not sure.
No, he's good. Yeah. He's quick.
Yeah.
And like you said, it's a shame because the Islanders have a lot of great players.
Mm. Yeah. It's also interesting to note that Paul Stastny, who's Peter Stastny's son, actually led the route over Team USA over Slovakia, which is his dad's home country, which is kind of funny. You noticed that Chara wasn't really a big factor in that game, or pretty much every other?
Chara hasn't been a big factor the whole tournament.
No. And you think a guy like me, is it just because he's too big in the big ice, or
maybe he only has the shot.
We had really, and he had to line him up for that. Canada beat Norway 3-1. But the interesting thing about that is my Facebook friend Ron Greshner, former New York Ranger, he said that one of the reasons there needs to be fighting in Olympic hockey is that Norway was a bit chippy. He was chippy out there. Norway actually made it into playoff qualifiers, but and they look. I don't care that they're a little chippy. I care if they're diving. But like I said, I could tolerate this for 2 weeks. After that, somebody needs to get punched in the goddamn mouth. Jamie Benn, who was originally scratched from Jamie Benn, who was originally scratched from the Team Canada, actually managed to score his first goal on Canada's first victory in the Oshie games. Who did he score? Who did they play first? I forget.
Canada, they played. Fuck.
Yeah, why don't I have this in front of me?
They played some team. Norway. They played Norway first.
Yeah, that's right. They played Norway first. So Ben scored the first goal there. Kind of interesting. I'm on the snub team. Another Martin St. Louis. How did Steve Eiserman tell? Hey Martin, Stamkos can't play. You want to play now, please? I scratched you, even though you were the scoring leader last year. PK Subban benched for Team Canada, won the Norris Trophy.
That's right.
Hey, Drew Doughty's been kicking ass for Team Canada. I mean, he's just like the German announcers are drooling all over him over here. Doughty's played really well. I think he's leading scoring right now, if I'm not mistaken. Good old Drew Doughty. Los Angeles Kings. You know what the NHL owners and GMs are really worried about in Oshie? They're worried about disclosing injury reports. Like people saying, yeah, I'm hurt, and then you go tell your team, and they know who's not hurt, which doesn't sound like much big information, but it's one of the highest protected information inside the National Hockey League is to protect your who's hurt and who's not. And all the NHLs are really freaking out about it. NHL GMs are freaking out about it, which is funny. We have Alexander Ovechkin on the line right now. Alexander, are you giving away maybe some of your Team Russia's players and information back to the Capitals about maybe injury you may know about that's not public?
That's none of your business.
Well, thank you for being on, Mr. Ovechkin.
That is none of your business. You sir have no credibility whatsoever. You pay attention. You do you, and I do me. That is the saying in Russia. I don't need to tell you shit.
Well, thank you, Alex.
I will crack you open like Russian nesting doll, and I will drain you, and I will put your blood on my salad like Russian dressing.
Thanks for being on the show, Alex.
Wow, he was very abrupt today.
Yeah, he was really out of line, I thought. Wow. I know I can be rough sometimes, but do I deserve that?
Wow, and I heard he's a good guy, too. I will hit you with puck like those Russian nesting dolls with Russian dressing. If you bring that up again, it doesn't matter. Right? I am a team first player.
Hey, do you think it was weird that they started Luongo in one game and then went back to Carey Price, the Canadians?
No, they do that. Like they gave Ryan Miller the game today.
Did they? How'd he do?
Yeah,
because I
let up one goal with 17 seconds left.
Yeah,
but yeah, he did good.
That's good. Well, does he have to be on the ice to get a goal? Gold medal?
No. I think everyone gets a gold medal.
It's going to come down to this semifinal here. I mean, that's really I can't see Finland or Sweden beat the United States. I can't see it. It really the goal's going to be
maybe Sweden. Maybe Sweden if Lundqvist is hot.
Maybe Sweden if Lundqvist gets hot. Sweden hasn't impressed me. Canada's been shaky in spots. Russia's been shaky in spots, and the United States was shaky in spots against Russia. So I mean, I think it's still anybody's game, but I don't. I still don't see Russia. It's going to be Russia, Canada, the United States. I don't think those other two teams have it. No disrespect to Swedish people or the Swedish fans or Finnish fans. I just don't think you have it. Could I be wrong? You guys were in the gold medal final in 2006, so maybe I will be. And if the United States or Canada's not in, I'll probably root for you. Something I want to report that this goes on to the whole Sochi. Look, there's been a lot of negativity about the Sochi Olympics, and some of it's very much deserved. And I think it's just what you get when you put Sochi or the Olympics in a country like this. But I got to be honest with you, with all the warm weather, they think, oh, the weather's warm. That's kind of not Russia's fault, you know. You know, as many things as I can criticize Russia for, warm weather's not one of them. I have issues with Russia, I have issues with Vladimir Putin, but I gotta be honest with you, the games in general are run pretty much the way they've been in other places. There seems to be this sort of paranoia when we run a game outside the West. And the same thing goes with the Soccer World Cup as well. It usually tends to work itself out. And it's working itself out now. And by the way, Germany's leading in gold medals as we speak. So everything's going fine. The weather's warm. That kind of sucks. You can't flush toilet paper down. That's Sochi. What can you do? What can you do? There's nothing you can do.
No.
I mean, come on. But I think the games are going well. And despite a few blown calls by some referees, I don't think there's anything that's not on the up and up. Because the United States beat Russia, and they kind of got away with one. They got kind of lucky. So, I mean, let's get a little real here. It wasn't that bad. And Greg Wyshynski reported, I guess there was reports that this game is going to reopen Cold War wounds and what have you. Greg Wyshynski and Puck Daddy is reporting that everybody's getting along fine down there. There were no ice hockey hooligans. He said the Americans have been very well received, and he's been treated very, very well in Russia, and I have no reason to believe he's not telling the truth. As big as douche as he might be, I can't imagine there was no bad thing that happened out there.
I want to know if he's going to any anti-gay protests for gay rights.
Let's see, show some balls.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah, why?
You said like he said to you, you're either in it all the way or you're not.
That was Lampert. Wyshynski was a little more because Wyshynski's Catholic. Wyshynski's Catholic. He's a little more understanding of that stuff, or what have you.
Well, is Ryan Lampert's not there, is he?
No. They sent Leahy and Mooney told me they sent Leahy and Wyshynski. That's it. And why would you send Lampert anywhere? He's the king of no fun. I can see at least Wyshynski with that stupid grin he has. Hey, let's have a beer, guys. And getting ridiculously sloshed on vodka. And
did you hear Greg Wyshynski's actually stiffing prostitutes of their rupees?
I think that would be the place to do it. Because what are you going to do? You're a big-time reporter.
You owe me 80,000 rupees. That translates over to $3.25 American.
Phil Kessel today got a hat trick against Slovenia. Great job with their 5-1 victory over Slovenia. You watch that game? Because it
was just
what do you do? I mean, they're not ready. But
their jerseys, the Slovenia's jerseys looks like whatever.
I don't think Slovenia.
Vancouver just said.
Slovenia, Austria, really have nothing to be ashamed of themselves, and even Norway. Norway managed to get there anyway. I think Slovakia's got some answering to do. To be perfectly honest with you, and are they even in it? Yeah, they're going to be playing against. Slovakia probably should have played better than they did. They got. Look, it's tough with this stuff. You only have a few days to practice and get to know each other, but Slovakia I think should have played a little different than they did, and Drew Doughty's the best forward. Oh, wait a minute. Drew Doughty is like a leading Canada and what have you. You know what? I think we're done. Hockey news. Why, Jake Lake?
Why?
Why not?
Yeah, it's just
Who cares?
It's right. Because we don't need to have any sources to anything. Because who cares?
Because who cares? that means it's time for the plugs. What do you got, Jake?
Check me out, Facebook, Jake Lake Comedy, Twitter. Still working on some of the other stuff. I haven't heard anything from my friend who wants to start this blog.
Yeah.
I might just start writing them things and just saying, here, do something with this. Put on your Facebook or something.
We'd like to thank Matt in South Jersey. Jesse in Northern California for calling in, even though he doesn't really like hockey all that much. But he is giving it a chance. And why don't you pick the San Jose Sharks, Jesse?
Yeah.
Give it a shot. And maybe you could join us. It's not as jockey as you think. I think you're worried because the hockey players are a different breed.
What did I read? Hockey players and hockey fans are a lot like Rocky Horror fans. I think. Let me get that.
Like you?
Hockey fans and Rocky Horror. Let me Google that real quick.
Yeah.
Just
okay.
Keep going with the plugs.
Okay. Let's see. I want to knock this out now. If you want to catch me and Jake Link, catch us on Twitter. Jake Litterer is at Jake Link Comedy. Twitter. Send him a message, follow him, and watch all the things. You don't really post that much there. Who am I kidding? Just let him know what a jerky is. I'm sure he'd appreciate it.
I like the attention.
I do too. And you get me at Tommy C SFTP. Tommy C Sierra Tango Pop. Wait a minute, hold on. I've been out of the military too long. SFTP. See, I forgot the F. Oh man, I've been out of the military too long. I can't do the damn thing. Oh, that's really disgusting. I also like to thank TJ Oshie for just being a badass and saying that nice thing at the end. I don't know. I'm a sucker. What can I tell him? Big sap when it comes to the military. Big sap. Big sap. Hey, yeah, it's not everybody in the military is that great. I know that. Let me look at me. But I think it was nice for him to think of somebody else at his time of glory, which I'm not used to seeing. I'll never forget when Brendan Shanahan won the Stanley Cup for the Detroit Red Wings, the first one they won. And I think they took the mic to him. And the first thing out of his mouth was, how do you feel right now, Brendan? And he's humbled. And that was the first things out of his mouth. And I got to be honest with you, I was really moved. I remember my parents they'd never watched hockey, and they're like, wow, I never hear people say that. And that's the same way I felt when I saw TJ Oshie with that quote. So I really kind of dug that. That was nice, TJ. Who's also on my fantasy team, by the way. So play hard in St. Louis until you get to New York and Stanley Cup final, which is not going to happen. You got anything else?
Nah, I'm still looking for that quote.
Do you know what
it was written in an article? I can't find it anywhere.
You want to know what happened to me?
It said something along the lines of Rocky Horror fans are the same as hockey fans. They're few and they're not that many, but they're a passionate fan base who pretty much do whatever it takes to become the center of attention.
Yeah.
It says something along those lines.
Oh, Rocky Horror fans. That's how you got into comedy, right? You did it through Rocky Horror. Right?
Yeah. And you know what's funny? A lot of the people that do Rocky Horror are big hockey fans.
I find that bizarre.
No, a lot of them that's the one sport they pay attention to. It might be having to do with something just because of.
I don't know. I was told that a lot of them just like the males, they like penis. That's what I was told. But what do I know?
Yeah.
Hey, there's nothing wrong.
Even though I had one friend tell me, he's bisexual, and he was a hockey fan. And we were talking about it. He goes, "I'll tell you one thing. That Jamie Langdon brother's cute." I was like, I'd love to have him on the show. We gotta find open homosexual hockey fan to get onto the show.
Oh, God,
so he can talk about who he thinks is cute, and we could talk about we could do like a whole segment with him.
Well, I'll tell you what, Jake Link, we're looking for talent all the time, whether you contribute to this show.
I know. So if you're gay,
we would love you to come on and do the news with us. And well, you have something big. If you're gay, give me a call at Shop from the Point, Skype name Shop from the Point, and we'll talk about it. And by the way, we make a lot of gay jokes, but we are pro-gay marriage and very gay friendly. But we're gonna go fun.
That's right.
And because you like penis and it's funny.
Yeah. It's just silly. It's giggling. It's still to this day, like if I see two guys kiss, I giggle a little bit. That's all. It's just silly.
Why do you don't giggle when people actually when men and women kiss? I get angry. Stop that.
Knock that off.
Hey, you know, I live in a major city, right? And it's funny. I had something really. I can't go into my work problems, but I was walking to work. I walk to work and I take a bus, right? And I'm walking to work and I was really mad about something that's going on at work, and I had my hands in my pockets. And I got this kind of big, kind of heavy overcoat. I had my hat backwards. I just looked straight ahead, and I couldn't have been looking friendly. And I don't look friendly because I just want to go to A to B without being harassed by a jerk. But I couldn't help it this time. Some homeless guy comes up to me out of nowhere, and he puts a stuffed parrot in his face, and he goes, blah! Like this, out of nowhere, right? And I got scared, right? So without even thinking about it, because my hands were in my pockets, I swung my right elbow and I hit the stuffed animal like with my elbow. I was actually kind of swinging, like I wasn't trying to hit him, but I was trying to make sure he didn't get close to me. So if I hit his arm, if I hit his arm, I didn't care, right? But I hit the stuffed animal purposely, or right on the money, and it flew really, really far in the air. Like I hit it perfectly, right? And then all of a sudden, like I'm thinking to myself, you know, I just knocked this guy's thing down. I might have to kick his ass. But
Hey,
yeah,
tell me, was it like this?
Yeah. It was something like that, so I freaked out, right? So I knocked the thing, and I turned, like I might have to kick this guy's ass because he's gonna be mad because I knocked his stuffed parrot down. But the funniest thing happened, right? He panicked, sort of like a girl or a sissy or whatever, and he put his hand in his head. He goes, "Papagay, papagay, papagay," and he chased the thing as it was flying in the air and picked it up and hugged it. Right? He's like a drug addict, homeless guy. So I'm like, I went from like thinking I'm gonna have to kick this guy's ass to like, holy shit! This whole thing happened right in the front door of the police station here in Wiesbaden. And I was thinking to myself, was this a setup? Am I on YouTube? You know? But it was like
this is probably the equivalent, like just like I ever tell you this story when I was doing a show in the city.
Yeah.
And I met these girls that were and I was walking down the street and this one guy comes up to me.
Yeah.
And he goes, "Brother, I gotta shake your hand for walking down the street with this fine woman." And he goes, "We gotta write a song about her." And then he goes up to him and he goes, "You got to hold her, you got to squeeze her, you got to never let her go." And he's like, "We gonna write this song, we gonna write this song." And he just ran away.
Are you kidding me? I normally love when weird stuff like that happens to me so I can talk about it, but he actually kind of spooked me.
I think the best was when I was barking doing comedy shows in the city. This one black kid was just going up to random white people, and just scaring them.
That's good. I think that's good. I think
he got me, and I don't like, dude, don't do that shit again, alright?
What did he say? He probably laughed at you.
It's fucking hysterical. I watched you do it to 3 other people.
Keep it up, kid. That's a good way to end racism too. Scare the shit out of people. Yeah. There's something online where this black guy sits there. He's got like dreadlocks and he sits next to this like kind of uptight white woman, and then he kind of like shows that he's okay and he's nice to her or something, whatever. And she calms down, and as soon as she calms down and she comes from around this guy, he turns around and he goes, "Oogie boogie!" You know, and she runs away.
But he was like scaring children and stuff. That's the one fucked up thing.
That's not right. So that's Dave Ventura is back.
Dave Ventura is back!
Yes, Podbender, Dave Ventura and the Nerd and the Jerk are back. I don't know where they went. They won't say what's wrong with Jim Peterson. They won't say what's wrong with Dave. They won't say what's going on. But they did like a 2-hour show, Nerd and the Jerk. You know what really impresses me about Dave? First of all, I'm the original jerk. Got that? That was me. But I was so much of a jerk that he had to take Jerk Light and get Peterson to do his dumb show.
Well,
but
Dave was saying the same thing. I was the original Point Man.
Good. That's a good point. Well, anyway, it really the show really got me because I listened to the whole thing, But the link was busted, so I actually had to like type it in by hand or like copy part of it. I don't know if they fixed that by now. I don't know if Podbender's back up, but they posted it on Podbender. I don't know what's going on there
we're
either.
Not on Podbender. You like burnt that bridge, right?
I know I'm still up, but they haven't updated anything since the Lampert video. So I don't know what the hell. I have no idea what's going on the hell there. So Dave, but it really, I think
Dave Ventura is back.
One of the things that really gets me is,
am I by the way, I'm not watching the live feed, but am I on right now?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, okay. So everybody sees my puppet.
Yeah. Now you got a solo shot. Go ahead.
Dave Ventura is back, folks. He is back from the dead.
I don't even know what the hell's wrong with him, to begin with. But anyway, so I'm listening to him. I was like, he really is good at talking clearly for long periods of time. It's really amazing. I don't know how interesting it is, but he's fantastic at doing that. But the show was a total snore otherwise. But it was fun. It was actually nice to hear Dave again.
He's really good at putting words in front of other words.
Yeah, he is. He speaks clearly. He does have the radio thing down. He's better than me. He's much better than me at it.
Dave Ventura is really well spoken.
He is. With that Chicago accent, he's well spoken. It's kind
Chicago.
Of yeah, no good. All right, let's do the last two plugs and get out of here. Hey, Jake, are you a wrestling fan?
No.
Yeah, I know somebody who is. His name's Joe Cronin, Joe Cronin Show.
Yeah.
And he does a
Joe
great
the
wrestling.
Racist.
Yeah, Joe the Racist.
Good old racist Joe.
Well, you know what? Here's the thing. Joe Cronin's getting so popular that low-life wrestling reporters are actually trying to use him to actually get their own popularity. He almost has 2,000 subs, and he's going to get them by WrestleMania. And they do a call-in show, and there's a lot of crazy, wacky, kooky guys that call in. And you know what? There's also a lot of legit wrestling talk. And you're probably thinking, what's mean wrestling? So it's fake. Well, they talk about the stuff behind the stuff. They're smarks, or the smart fans. And he knows what the hell he's talking about. Hashtag fact. Foley.
It's still real to me, damn it.
Yeah, that's great, isn't it? That's great.
Yeah, Opie and Anthony actually got in touch with that guy, and they
what
just
did he
started
say?
ripping him a new one.
Like 2 years after the fact.
Well, he called in and stuff. And they brought up the clip,
Oh, no kidding.
and apparently he came up and like they started talking, and he called in, and they started like ripping on him.
Oh, really? That's funny. JohnFreemanMusic.com, JohnFreemanMusic.com, JohnFreemanMusic.com. Send me that. Can we get that on YouTube? Because I want to see that.
I'll send you. It's still real.
Yeah, you got to send me that, like right afterwards. That's hysterical.
Yeah.
JohnFreemanMusic.com, JohnFreemanMusic.com, JohnFreemanMusic.com. John Freeman is the official musician of the Shot from the Point program, and he's still pissed off about Obamacare not working. In fact, Obamacare is actually going to force me to quit my job in some roundabout way. There's other issues too, but I can't afford it, and I really probably can't afford the fine either. Even though it's $1.
$95 fine, folks.
Well, it's not kicked in yet, but I'm not gonna wait around. I'm not waiting around for it. So JohnFreeman.com. In the Crease, Tommy C. That's me. In the Crease. In the Crease is a special. It's a special show. The show is a special, and we announce it on the Shot from the Point. Let me see if I can get this. The Shot from the Point and Other Crap website, which is on Facebook. So if you go up to Facebook, where you can see this show being posted, and you like us on Facebook, here's what you do. You write Shot from the Point and Other Crap at the top, and then you like us, and then you know when the special of In the Crease with Tommy C is coming out. That's the idea.
Right.
You know? So check out, like us there, follow us on Facebook, and all that other crap. It's wow, that's right, the wrong button again. God damn it. That's one thing about this. Not very professional. But yeah, give us some likes, and you can find out when all of the special episodes of In the Crease with Tommy C where we cover. It's an open format show. We cover a little more in hockey. We're doing hockey now because of the Olympics. And it's got no time schedule to be announced. And find out when the announcers of In the Crease and Tommy C are, and all that crap, good shit, and what have you. That's it. You have anything to say, Jake?
No, I'm getting it. It's still real to me, damn it. Get that clip ready
Well,
for you.
Get it ready afterwards. That would probably be a good idea.
I'm doing it right now, right?
Okay,
I have the iPad, so.
If you want to get a hold of legendary Jake Link, please at Jake Link Comedy. If you want to get a hold of me, it's Tommy C at SFTB. Give us a sub, like us on Facebook, and we'll be sure to give you more entertainment. This show was interesting, to say the least. I can't say that I'm not proud of it, but it was definitely a memorable. This is a memorable one for sure. I actually had to cool off. This has been a Shot from the Point production. Like us, sub us, check us out on Facebook. Thanks for being on, Mr. Jake Link.
Thank you as usual. Thank you for having me.
And thank you.
Now that Dave's back in the game.
Yeah, Dave.
Everyone,
we're in trouble.
Enjoy these last few episodes.
Yeah, because Dave's coming back.
He's coming back, baby.
Actually, we will have. You know what? We may work that out before the end of the season. Maybe we'll get Dave. We gotta make something like that happen. Thank you very much, everybody. Hey, want to know who Dave is? Sub us and listen to our old programs. Have a good one, everybody. We'll see you next week, right after the gold medal final, whoever that might be. Hopefully, the United States. Peace. Back to you guys.
I don't know. I'm wearing pink and kissing, guys. Anyhow.
You're an expert?
No, it was on the replay.
So you're an expert?
No, it was on the replay.
So you saw it, you're saying
Yes.
you saw it, you're an expert?
Yes.
You're not an expert.
All right. It was a good show.
I think it was a good show, but I haven't turned it off yet. You know why?
Why?
Because I didn't have the page open because Google crapped out of me at the last minute.
So we're still on air?
Yeah, sort of. This is the show after the show.
Yeah. All right.
I'm going to end it in a second. Going to the live control room. All right. Thanks, everybody. Have a good night. Bitches.
Yeah. Good night. Again.
Yeah. Will the button work, for Christ's sakes?
Now everyone knows how we talk.
Now the button's not working.
Thank God we didn't start talking about people right after, like we like to do.
Yeah, actually, we do like to do that. Because that